Episode 5. Every family has secrets. Some just call it loyalty. You were surrounded by people. You were needed by people. You were depended on by people. And somehow you were completely alone. Not because no one was there, but because none of them knew what you were actually carrying. There is a loneliness that belongs specifically to the keeper. It isn't the loneliness of the isolated. It's the loneliness of being known for what you can do and completely unknown for what it costs. In our last conversation, we looked at how you were drafted into this role. Today, we have to look at the silence inside the person who is keeping the silence for everyone else. The keeper's loneliness isn't about being alone. It's about being unseen. While you are busy monitoring everyone else's emotions, tracking your mother's mood, gauging your father's silence, managing the tension between siblings, nobody is tracking yours. Because you are so reliable, people assume you are fine. They mistake your stability for a lack of needs. You become the background noise of the family, always there, always steady, and eventually completely taken for granted. There is a ceiling to how close you can get to people when you are guarding a secret. You learn to filter. You learn to edit. You learn that in order to keep the family safe, you have to keep a part of yourself locked away. You can't be fully honest about how you feel because your honesty might shake the structure we talked about before. So you stay on the surface. You become an expert at small talk and managing conversations. You realize they only know the version of you that makes their lives easier. You have become a spectator of your own life. You are watching everyone else be okay while you are the one holding the foundation steady. That is a heavy, silent burden that leaves you exhausted before the day has even begun. As a keeper, you became an expert at performing fine. You learned to smile in rooms that felt suffocating. You participated in conversations that sat on top of things nobody named. When asked how you were, you answered, "I'm fine," because the honest answer would have unraveled everything you were working so hard to contain. And you got so good at it that people stopped checking. Because the keeper is always steady. The keeper is always fine. But fine was just a mask for the fact that you were holding your breath. The keeper holds things for everyone, but rarely, if ever, has anyone hold things for them. Not because people don't care, but because you never learned how to ask. Asking for help requires vulnerability, and vulnerability requires a belief that it is safe to be seen. But you grew up in a system where being seen was risky. So you became self-sufficient. That self-sufficiency was your survival, but eventually it became a wall between you and the connection you were starving for. You are lonely, not because you are unloved, but because you are unreachable. There is an entire community of people who are currently holding their breath, just like you. You are not alone in this loneliness. Now that we've named the cost, we have to talk about the cure. In our next conversation, we're going to talk about what the keeper actually needed and how to start giving that to yourself. Here's your affirmation. Say it loud if you can, quietly if you must. Let it land somewhere in you. I am not a storage unit for other people's discomfort. I have been known for my function and unknown for my feelings too long. I am allowed to be seen now. I am allowed to be held now. I am allowed to need things and say so. I am more than what I carry. I am officially releasing the burden of being the only one who remembers. I am choosing to be a person, not a vault. Stay with me. Our conversation is not finished yet. This series continues.